All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. My name is Jasmine Alderson. I'm the spa director here at Luxa Medical Spa. Just so you are aware, we are going live on Facebook, and we are recording this so that we can post it on our YouTube channel so that people can learn more about everything we're talking about today. So if you are watching us live, please leave any questions that you may have in the comment section, and I'll make sure that Christine is able to answer them during the presentation. And if you're watching us via Zoom, please send any questions that you have for us to me in a private message, and I will also interrupt Christine at the appropriate time to get those questions answered. So to introduce Christine, I'll have you go to the next slide. We're sitting in different offices here, so for social distancing purposes. So Christine's controlling it, and I'm chatting. So Christine Prevanik is our licensed esthetician who's going to be speaking to you today. She has 25 years of aesthetic experience. You've probably seen her around Lux for many, many years. She has advanced training in chemical peels, microneedling, and hydrofacials, among others, all of our skincare lines. And then she's also attended Cool Sculpting University. So without holding us back, Christine's going to talk to us today about our Lumen our Lumen at-home peel pads that are great for, staying at home, and then also great for acne, or for the Maskne that we're all getting right now. So Christine, go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. This is a fun topic for me, exfoliation and why it's so important as we age. So many things with it. So the Lumen Peel Pads definitely add to the experience and exfoliation, but I'm going to explain how this works, how they all tie together, and why it's so important to exfoliate, especially as we age. So exfoliation improves so many things in the skin. There's so many benefits from doing it. Unclogs pores, improves and releases the natural moisturizing oils in our skins. Also helps to remove pigment-containing cells to fade age spots. It minimizes the appearance of pores and scars in the upper layers of the skin. It helps to reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. It also improves absorption of moisturizers and other skincare products, which is why it's so important. I have a lot of people that'll say, gosh, my skin feels so dry, yet they're using so many great products like vitamin C's and moisturizers, but they still feel dry. And one of the reasons is because they're not getting enough exfoliation, especially as we age. So it also helps to reduce the frequency and severity of breakouts by unclogging pores. And it will help to improve collagen production, to improve skin elasticity too. So did you know, this cute little baby, a baby's skin cell, so when we're really young, it turns over every 2 weeks. Once we hit our 20s, it's about once a month, which is great, which is why we look so great in our 20s. But the cells start to slow down as we age. So 30s to 40s, the cellular turnover rate in our skin is about every 4 to 6 weeks. And then 40s to 50s, it's slowing down 6 to 8 weeks. And then after 50, that cellular turnover really slows down 8 to 12 weeks, which is sad. Now, here's what's going on. So cellular turnover. Here is a graph of our skin. You can see the muscle, the fat layer, and then the dermal and the epidermal layers. Our cells, our new cells, are born in the basal layer of the skin, so the bottommost layer of the epidermal layer. They start to mature. They're nice. They're filled with lipids. They're nice and fat and plump, hydrated. And as those cells mature, they start to work their way to the surface. Well, they start to dry out and get flat. They're still connected by the glue that holds them there. And then they start to, once they get to the very surface of the skin, they get flaky. That's where you see them kind of flaky, and they'll start to flake off, and you kind of can look extra dry at the surface. But that's the cellular turnover rate, and that's what's going on. And that's why there are several different ways to exfoliate and why it's so important. But these things start to happen Fine lines and wrinkles start to look like they're even deeper because the skin is thickening at the surface due to the cells stacking up on each other. So they're building up, which can also dull the complexion. Skin becomes drier, your skincare products don't penetrate the way they should. Discoloration at the surface even intensifies as well. So as we age, we want to keep the cellular turnover rate staying in that 4 to 6 week range. So different things that we can do to help ourselves keep that range and keep our skin looking younger. Of course, daily at home, you've got things, cleansers that we're doing a good routine, cleansers, moisturizers, your serums, your vitamin C's, and of course, a broad spectrum sunscreen every day is the most important number one anti-aging step that we can do for ourselves. Then weekly, exfoliate. Now, you can exfoliate daily safely by using a physical exfoliator, which is one of those little kind of a micro bead, which is the best, and I'll talk more about those in a second. But the safest thing to exfoliate at the surface of the skin, those you can actually do daily. They're safe enough. Weekly, to exfoliate, what we're talking about here, and doing nice face masks is our peel pads. Peel pads do once a week at home. Peel pads are going to go deeper into the skin to break up the glue that's still holding the skin cells together. So when you do a physical exfoliator, it's just sloughing off the surface. To exfoliate once a week with the peel pads, it's going to go deeper to where those skin cells are still bound together and help release those and turn them over. And then, of course, monthly basis, doing peels and facials or dermaplaning even, and microdermabrasion, which we do with our hydrofacial machine. So we kind of do a wet microdermabrasion with the hydrofacial steps and a lot of exfoliation there. So 3 types of exfoliation, and this can get a little tricky, so I just want to break it down for you. Mechanical exfoliation is what we do when you come to the spa to see your professionals. We do, like I said, dermaplaning at the surface of the skin, the microdermabrasion with the hydrofacial machine, again, great to do every 4 to 6 weeks because that helps that cellular turnover rate where to get that, get rid of faster, keep it going, keep it up to pace where it should be. Chemical exfoliation is your retinols or retin-A's that you do at home, and you'll always hear us talk about these for sure. A good retin-A is the number 2 best anti-aging product that you can use and should be using, especially as we're aging. Also, AlphaHydroxys and BetaHydroxys. You probably hear a lot of these, which I'm going to explain these in a minute too. But these are excellent for the skin. They're naturally derived from plants and fruits, citrus fruits mostly. But they are power-packed in our Lumen peel pads. And then the other type of exfoliation is a physical exfoliation. This is the exfoliation polishes that you see. We have a great one called Exfoliate or the Zeo exfoliating polish, where it's a nice small micro bead. So it's a rounded beadlet. It'll slip in and out of the pores. So this is why these are safe to do every day. What's not safe to do, and you've probably heard of like exfoliators where they're natural, they have, they're made of like a nut grain. So the problem with those is that they're jagged pieces. And so being natural, I always kind of say, a lot of people will say, well, I want to use something natural. I like the natural ingredients. However, with this, it's not so good. Use these on your feet where our feet are a lot tougher and can handle this kind of granule, but our faces, it's not good for. These jagged pieces, what happens is they can catch in the pores and cause little micro injuries to the pores, and then what happens there is inflammation and excessive oil production, which the oil production will bring on inflammation, and also can cause breakouts and such too. So not a good idea. I always say poison ivy, it's natural, but it's not great for the skin. So same with this, same kind of thing. Okay, so best things we can do for our skin, as I was talking about. Great little pyramid here. Renew, restore, we get results. and especially with medical grade skincare products like we offer here. The number one, like I was saying, best anti-aging is a broad spectrum sunscreen. Number two is your Retin A to be worn at nighttime. Number three are antioxidants. So those are your vitamin C's, E's, ferulic, all of those things. What they do is they help to fight free radicals that want to cause damage to the skin. So those are your top three best anti-aging products. And then, of course, to add to the routine, which help with exfoliation and, oh my gosh, it just escapes me. Anyway, with hyaluronic acids and alpha-hydroxys, beta-hydroxys will exfoliate the skin, and then you've got peptides and growth factors will add to the benefit as well. Collagen production, that's what slipped me, I'm so sorry. Collagen production, that's where peptides come in to help. So your layers, our extensive range of peel pads offer an at-home alternative for bright, fresh skin. So it's something that's great to add to your routine, even just once a week. So alpha-hydroxys, what are they? There are a bunch of alpha-hydroxys actually, mostly derived from the sugarcane and citric fruits. Glycolic is one of the biggest, one of the ones you always hear about. Great for breakouts actually too. This one, great for fine lines, wrinkles, like I said, acne, blackheads, dullness to the skin, oiliness. Lactic comes from milk, which is just a little slower, but it's a larger molecule. Malic from apples, even larger, but it also has great antioxidant benefits, as well as the tartaric does too. Now this one also helps, just like citric, the next one down, helps keep the pH range where it should be, which is why that's so important. So like when we talk about toners, some people use toners, some people don't. I recommend them because a good toner, and some toners will have alpha-hydroxys or beta-hydroxys in them. A good toner helps to keep the skin balanced at a nice even level, about on a scale from 0 to 14, acid to alkalinity. We want the pH balance right in the middle, about a 5.5 to 7. So when you neutralize and bring your skin to a good pH balance with a good toner and some alpha-hydroxys, it keeps your skin balanced so you don't become too dry or too oily. And then mandelic, which we have mandelic in some of our great products too. These are great for drier skins, by the way. Alpha-hydroxys are, because they're water soluble, and so they help actually with dryness and things in the skin. The other one is the beta-hydroxy, which basically is salicylic. It's a bark of a willow tree, so it's plant-based, beta, the salicylic acid is. This one is oil soluble. This is like aspirin for the skin, so it's very calming and soothing to the skin, great for breakouts, blackheads, clogged pores. Also helps reduce sebum secretion, so it helps the oil that is producing in the skin. So great line for acneic skins and oily skins to help control that. Will help minimize uneven skin tone, reduces the appearance of fine lines, overall texture, and hydrating abilities that can result in smoother skin as well. Now, I think what's neat about the beta-hydroxy, it's oil soluble. What's great about it is we have cleansers that have alpha-hydroxys and beta-hydroxys in the cleansers too. And so for oilier skins, which I think is pretty awesome, is that the oil in the beta-hydroxy and the salicylic acid actually helps to attract the oil from the skin. And so when you're washing and then you mix with water to rinse, the oil from the salicylic will actually pull the oil off of the skin, off of the face. So it makes it feel much cleaner, much nicer. So it definitely helps with oil production there. I think that's a neat fact. Okay, so our first peel pad to talk about, sensitive peel pads. These are great. So again, these are perfect for someone, we have sensitive skins, especially with those rosacea or red, a little sensitive. and so they're afraid to exfoliate. This is a great solution for someone like that. It's very gentle. It has that mandelic acid we were talking about, along with some salicylic too, and a new one we didn't talk about, BetaHydroxy, which is naturally occurring in barley, wheat, and rye. But this one has antimicrobial and inflammatory properties to it. So it's perfect for sensitive skins. Once a week, it'll bring a nice, healthy glow to the skin, but to help exfoliate those dead skin cells that are just, basically what happens is, like I said, with the turnover rate, the skin cells are just piling up on top of each other, so they're not going anywhere. And so this is why exfoliation is so important. It's kind of like, it reminds me of, this is going to age me, but if you remember back to Lucy and Ethel in the candy factory, and they have the conveyor belt and the chocolates are coming out and they can't get to them fast enough. And so what happens is they start piling up on top of each other. That's kind of like what happens when we age. Those dead skin cells just start stacking up on top of each other, and why skins can feel so rough and deep at the surface. And so, you know, the more we can get those off and get those turning over, the better our skin's going to look, the younger it's going to look. Lines and wrinkles, that's why lines and wrinkles will lessen as well, too. So brightening peel pads, these, again, once a week or so. These have azelaic, lactic, and phytic. These are great for all skin types, too, actually. They brighten the complexion, smooth the skin, help reduce redness, help even skin tones. So these are great to add for anyone who's working on some sun damage, you know, brown spots and age spots in the skin. So if we kind of put together a routine for you, this is something that's great to add to that, to lessen that pigmentation at the skin surface as well. Phytic, which we didn't talk about, but is found in bran and certain seeds. And this one helps to inhibit the synthesis of the melanin. So it's helping to kind of slow that down, so you're not getting as much color discoloration of the skin surface. Exfoliating peel pads. So this one, you definitely want to talk to, well, with any of them. We offer, you know, of course, a complimentary consultation, which is why there's many of these peel pads that we offer. And so which is going to be right for you? That's where we come into play. So we as a professional can help to put together a good routine for you, as well as matching which peel pad would be best for you in your routine too. These are great for pretty much all skin types too. They're going to pack a little bit more of a punch to them. They are 20% glycolic acid, so good for all skin types. They're going to offer a mild to deeper exfoliation depending on the contact time. And again, that's where your esthetician will help you decide, you know, how to use these, which one is best, how long to leave on. But they'll immediately smooth the surface of the skin, helps with the appearance of wrinkles, pores, acne lesions, restores a beautiful, healthy glow. Again, other products are going to penetrate much better into the skin, so you're going to get your better use out of your other products, and you're not going to have to use as much, which is pretty awesome. So minimal downtime leaves the skin just polished. They look beautiful. And again, these peel pads, you use them at nighttime. So you would cleanse and then tone and then put a peel pad on. Again, we'll kind of instruct you how to use those, but leave them on for about 10 to 15 minutes when you first start. Glow pads. So the glow pads, we've actually had, this was the first one launched for us actually back in 2015. And these are amazing, especially for oilier skin types and acne-prone skin types, because they have the salicylic. They also have TCA in them too, but that salicylic is great. It goes in a little bit deeper. So what happens with breakouts, or when our skin is breaking out, oil mixed with dead skin cells in our pores, and then bacteria, or the air hitting them, creating bacteria in the skin, is where we get breakouts from. So again, that's another reason why it's so important to constantly exfoliate the skin, but because salicylic goes in a little deeper, and it also helps to control oil production in the skin, is why it's so great for oily or acne-prone skin types. in your routine. So again, mild to intense exfoliation. So we help to tell you how to use them. They are also antibacterial, so they'll help with redness, brighten the skin, help reduce pore size by cleaning out blackheads and things in the skin, and the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. You just have a nice, healthy glow. So these are all great. So how do we keep and maintain our great skin? How do we slow the aging process? With all of this, this is one of my favorite things to look at because it kind of just tells you how to keep the skin younger as long as we can. Use a broad spectrum sunscreen every day. Of course, drink lots of water. I'm a little bit lax on that one. I need some help. But eat a healthy diet. Refrain from smoking, anything that's going to age the skin on a daily, weekly basis. Of course, cleanse morning and night, moisturize twice a day, good routine, retinol at nighttime, and exfoliate. Exfoliate with a good scrub on a daily basis and peel pads once a week will definitely help keeping that skin turning over, keeping the skin younger, and like I said, all the benefits that come with a good routine. On a monthly and quarterly basis, come see your favorite esthetician for a great facial, peels, chemical peels, and even on a quarterly basis, what's great is microneedling, which helps, promote collagen production by 400%. So it's great to do, a couple times a year for that fact alone. And then, of course, annually visit May River to get screen checked or your skin checked for any spots that look a little funny. So with that being said,
yeah, great job, Christine. We do have some questions that just started coming in. Okay. So we're going to open this up to question answer now. So if you have questions, we've gotten 2 or 3, please send them and I'll just start. So the first question is, which peel pads would you recommend for someone who has dry, sensitive skin and acne prone? And I'm thinking they mean that they are dry, sensitive, and acne prone. But if you mean dry, sensitive, and then acne prone, 2 separate skin types, let me know. But it might be dry, sensitive, and acne prone.
Yeah. Well, I'd say, dry and sensitive can be tricky. I would definitely say come in so we can see you, schedule a consult with one of your estheticians so we can see you. Dry and sensitive sometimes can also be a breakdown in the barrier of the skin. So to do some repair, which is probably needed, the sensitive peel pads is probably where I would start because they're nice and gentle. Because if you're, if the barrier is broken or you're sensitive to things, it depends on kind of what you're sensitive to, but sometimes less is more. And those acids, there's salicylic acid in those pads, so that's what's going to help with acne as well. But I probably would take a look at the other products in the routine too to help us along with that. So say, for example, an oil-free moisturizer, a cleanser that has AlphaHydroxys and BetaHydroxys. But I'd probably start there.
Great. We have someone who said she has oily skin, and they use the Zoe oil control pads, which we love, as a toner. Yeah. What peel pads would be most appropriate?
The oily skin, I would say the glow pads. I love the glow pads, especially with the oil, more oil control. So the Zeo, like you said, the Zeo oil control, those are awesome as a toner. And then once a week, glow pads at nighttime, which will help with breakouts and oil production.
Wonderful. How does someone know, if they don't know their skin type or they don't know which peel pad to choose, how do they find that out?
Come in for a consultation and see us. Definitely, and that's the best way. So, when we get to see you and kind of feel your skin, like I said, sometimes, if kind of thick at the surface too. That can be, where those layers are building up and we need to kind of, get those moving and turn those over. But yeah, a good consultation is the best way. That way we can see you, feel your skin, ask all the appropriate questions. Sometimes I have found that it's just even in the routine you're doing at home, and it's not necessarily the skin. And so if we turn it around so that somebody's using the appropriate products for their skin type, for example, I've had people who think that they're super oily, but if they're using something that's too harsh for the skin or too strong, they can actually be causing or creating more oil in the skin that's necessary. So by kind of pointing people in the right direction and great products, we can turn that around. So a consultation is the best way.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Someone asked, can we stop in at Shelter Cove to purchase and get a quick consult? Answer is yes, absolutely. Christine is actually in the Shelter Cove office on most days, and she's there today. I would, though, however, a lot of days you can just walk in and either get Christine or Erin Hutchinson, our nurse practitioner, or Susan Coker, our PA, and they can chat with you about stuff. But just call when you're either on your way or to make sure they're not available. I would just hate for you to come by and no one be available. But yes, you can definitely pop in Shelter Cove to purchase. I hope that answered your question. And if you mean today, then yeah, still call and we might be able, Christine can set aside some time this afternoon to meet with you. Just need to verify that she'll be in between patients that she's seeing. Yeah, she said she's hoping to around 4. So maybe we'll take a look at the schedule and maybe we'll have someone call you. Let me see, do I have the schedule up in front of me? If I do, I'll put a little block on Christine's schedule at around 4 for you to stop by today.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think that would be fine. Yeah. So I'll keep your privacy, but to the person that says they're coming today around 4, yes, go ahead and come on, and Christine can chat with you at 4.
Perfect. I'll be here.
Does anybody else have any questions or anything like that? Or questions, comments? Christine, go ahead and hit the next slide for me and we'll. So next steps, basically, like we've already talked about, scheduling a consultation. You can call us to schedule, or you can go to our website, which is luxhhi.com, and click on the link to schedule a virtual consult. That will send a request in. All of our peels are online, or the peel pads are online, and that is at store.luxhhi.com. Today is the last day of our summer sale. So all of the Lumen Skincare products are 20% off today. So you can pop on and take advantage of those. And then also just make sure if you don't already get our email blast that you get our email so you can find out what our next special is going to be. I think there's an email going out on Monday with our next set of specials. And then as a thank you for joining and a thank you for watching on Facebook, use coupon code THANKYOU10 online as a thank you for joining our event. Unfortunately, that coupon code is only available for online purchases. It's not available for in-office purchases. But the 20% off, you can get that today online or in office online, or in office in person. If you have, I'll leave it up for just a couple more minutes if there are any last questions from anyone. But otherwise, we hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Of course, stay safe, and hopefully we will all stay dry too.
Oh my gosh, what are they? There's a hurricane coming. I love the meme somebody posted. They're like, 2020, what's next for us? I love it.
Oh, that's right. I know. I've just been ignoring it.
That's funny. There's good questions though. This is kind of a fun topic. One of my favorites. So
yeah, I love the peel pads. I was using the exfoliating peel pads. I even used them on my upper shoulders and my back when I was pregnant because it helped with like the little knee that I would get there. Oh.
Yeah, those are both, I mean, those and because glycolic and salicylic are both great for breakouts and acne. So even someone I've done like, back treatments, which are those are great to use for breakouts and things.
Mhm. Yeah.
One of my favorites. I just love how you get that healthy glow right away.
Yes, I know, I do too. And that's why when we first launched the first Peel Pad Glow, that's why it was named Glow, because it really did just leave your skin with that nice glow.
Yeah, and your skincare, your makeup wears so much better. Oh, you know what? We were going to talk about, and I almost forgot, but really, some of the girls.
Oh.
Like Maskne really quick, and what people can do to help against Maskne. It's kind of a newer thing since the slide came out, but cleanse really well. If you're using disposable masks, throw them away every day. If you're wearing cotton, which would be the best because it's not going to rubber irritate the skin, wash those every day. I say if you can, don't wear makeup right now, just because underneath that mask it's hot and it's, just a good breeding ground for bacteria and things to trap in the skin. Do a good routine, double cleanse at night if you are wearing makeup to get all the makeup off, and then cleanse a second time to remove dirt and oil on the skin. Definitely these peel pads, which we can customize for people, so we can do that consult to help if they're getting breakouts, which one's going to be best for oil production and breakout.
Well, the peel pads are good, but we have those daily pads that are good for the mask.
Daily clarifying pads are great as it's your toner, and they have a little bit of the salicylic acid in it, which it helps to bring back your skin to that natural pH balance, so they're not getting an over oil production of skin, but nice and healthy. But yeah, you're right, they do absolutely. As well as a good oil-free moisturizer, something lightweight, especially under the mask right now where it's not too heavy and clogging pores, which really stinks.
Yeah. All right. Well, it doesn't look like any other questions are coming in, so thank you, everyone, so much for joining us today. I know there's lots of things that you could be doing, so we appreciate your time and attention, and I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.